Anthony ableist Albanese. Who would have thought? Yeah, I don't stand for ableism. Absolutely not. I mean, I'm in a wheelchair, so I don't really stand for anything. Seems like the things that really get me back to YouTube these days are when somebody in the government does something foolish. The last time, it was when Bill Shorten got the NDIS and did a giant poo on top of it and then left without cleaning it up. And now it's Anthony Albanese saying something overtly ableist in parliamentary question time. What is going on? What is going on, Australian government? What are you doing? What is you doing? So Anthony Albanese, our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of Australia, who looks after all our interests, he was in parliamentary question time and a coalition frontbencher or somebody was interrupting him, interjecting in what he was saying. And he said,
"Have you got Tourette's or something?" You just sit there, babble, babble, babble.
Order.
I withdraw, Mr. Speaker. I withdraw.
Yeah.
I withdraw. I withdraw and apologise.
What the hell? No, you don't. You don't do that. He withdrew the statement and apologized, and then made a formal apology, I think that day. But people are really angry, and they're not just angry that he said it. They're angry that he could. When you say something like that, it's because that's sitting on your brain's shelf for you to grab. I don't care that it's a high-stress environment. I understand that it's a high-stress environment, but saying something ableist or saying something racist or sexist or homophobic in a high-stress environment is not the same as saying, oh, just fuck off and shut up. That's not the same. That sort of thing is something that the Prime Minister probably shouldn't say in question time either. But that's a little more understandable than if he had said something ableist or racist or sexist or homophobic. Like, you shouldn't have that as something that your brain picks out. Because that's a concern. That kind of shows some subconscious thinking. I hear somebody babble, 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 and my brain thinks Tourette's. That's not where your brain should go, and the fact that that's where your brain went is a concern. And then the fact that it came out of your mouth is even more of a concern. Disability should never be used as an insult. It's not an insult. The fact that he thought it would be an insult, a sick burn. Cool, thanks. You don't use disability as an insult. What, do you have autism or something? What, do you have bipolar or something? What, do you have Down syndrome or something? What? We don't do that. We don't do that. You're not only pushing stigma, but if that person then says, yeah, I do actually, what are you going to do? You don't use disability as an insult. You don't use health conditions as an insult, but you also shouldn't have that on your shelf as something that you grab, even when you're stressed. Yeah, sure, I kick my dog, but it's just when I'm stressed. No, that should never be a reaction. Sure, I punch my partner, but it's just when I'm stressed. That should never be a reaction. I don't care that you're stressed. That should never be something that your brain goes to, because it shows there's something subconscious that you're justifying that. You're thinking, okay, that's just in the back. That's just in the back pocket, just in case we ever need it. It's not just that he said it. It's that he could say it. That's why people are mad. And I read an article that was saying that this happened during a week when they're trying to establish codes of conduct for Parliament. And I would imagine that not being ableist would be part of the code of conduct. Yeah. So yeah, I just had to come on and share my thoughts and feelings. It's pretty brutal when that sort of opinion and viewpoint is being shared in our Parliament, because when our National Disability Insurance Scheme was essentially ruined by people without disabilities, because the people with disabilities were trying to stand up for our rights and were dismissed. And then you have our Prime Minister who has this, you know, is using these sorts of terms and these sorts of jokes against people with disabilities. It makes those of us with disabilities feel like maybe they don't give a shit. Maybe they don't have empathy for us. Maybe they don't have compassion for us. Maybe they are othering us, even in the backs of their minds, even in the subconscious parts of their minds. They are othering us. So are our needs really going to be looked after? Yeah. Also, I would also like to apologize for the audio quality of my video, and possibly the last one, and possibly the next one. I am waiting on a new mic, and this is filmed on my phone. Taking it back. Old school, baby. Yeah, getting a new mic. I even have a boom mic stand with no microphone on it. But yeah, it will get better. And that's all from this one. Let's hold everyone to a higher standard. If people around you seem to just drop some of these comments. Oh no, I was just stressed. No, I know that was racist or sexist or ableist or whatever. But I was just stressed. No, you still, you can just drop an F-bomb. But maybe that shouldn't be something that your brain goes to. All right. That's all for this one. Thank you so much for listening and for learning with me. I'll see you when I see you. Bless.